Destinies have finally collided in a way I was never expecting. Origins have been revealed and motivations have come to life, and now we are just left wondering what will happen next and why all of this occurred. In my first video on the season 2 finale of Tangled the series, I'm going to be explaining Cassandra's betrayal so we can begin to understand why she unleashed the moonstone. Hello, I'm Isaac from Wotso Videos, where we discuss fun topics for fun people. On my channel, I focus on spreading magic by examining Disney films, so if you are new here, consider subscribing. I've been skeptical of Cassandra for a long time, ever since I came to the realization that she was never seen at Rapunzel and Eugene's wedding. Now, I originally believed that maybe she had achieved the dream she was discussing in Corona, that she became captain of the guards and was thus protecting her best friend on her special day. But then there was the idea that she could be the daughter of Mother Gothel, which I again broke down and I think is a highly possible truth. I just didn't think that would alter her relationship with Rapunzel, even if it was true. I just didn't understand why Cassandra would betray her friend for a mother that wasn't in her life. As Rapunzel's journey continued though, I could feel Cassandra pulling away. There was something wrong with her, but I again thought that she could get through her anger and resentment. I knew that Cassandra and Rapunzel's relationship would be strained, but I thought Cassandra would always remain friends with Rapunzel, especially when a mysterious protector of the moonstone named Hector pointed to another protector, Adira, as the true liar and deceiver. All three of those thoughts I've expanded upon previously in videos, which I will link below. But today we need to deal with the ramifications of what Cassandra has done. She has went against Rapunzel. I could sense during the song With You by My Side that their roads may be diverging after they enter the Dark Kingdom in a way that we had never witnessed them be altered before. It does make sense now that Cassandra falls beneath Rapunzel and Eugene into a thorn patch that reminds me of Maleficent's thorn walls, and that we see Eugene and Cassandra's shadows diverge. Both moments foreshadow Cassandra's fall to darkness and her separation from the group. But it's still so tragic because there was so much emphasis on the bond Cassandra had with Eugene and especially Rapunzel. They all seem to love being together on this journey. Eugene, who has typically been at Cassandra's throat, also explained he felt like Cassandra was a sister to him. And the only reason Rapunzel let Cassandra come into the hall with the moonstone was because she was attempting to prove that she trusted Cass after turning her back on her at Zhan Tiri's tree.
When did you stop trusting my judgment? Cass and I will go.
When they finally entered the hall though, and Rapunzel gives Cass a hug and thanks her for her help, Cassandra doesn't hug her back and simply tells her it's time. And after Eugene tells Rapunzel she can finally embrace her destiny and Rapunzel tells him she loves him, she frees the opal from its enclosure and reaches for it, until Cassandra swipes it away. Rapunzel, not understanding what is going on, questions what Cassandra is doing, but Cass insists she's fulfilling her destiny. Cassandra clutches the moonstone until it unleashes its power and throws back Rapunzel and Eugene. Energy seems to be sent out like lightning from the opal, but as it continues to be unleashed, Cassandra thrusts it into her chest. The black rocks begin to grow towards Cassandra as if their allegiance has been changed, and then we see Cassandra's very being be altered. Her body becomes fractured, is turned into blue energy, and then wrapped by a fractal structure. As the transformation begins to be complete, her hair becomes the blue that the black rocks have previously glowed, and after the rocks begin to all point at her, a flash occurs. Then, the insane, mysterious, and flipping scary voice of Cassandra comes through.
I tried to warn you, Rapunzel. You have to be careful who you trust.
Cassandra has become something that I don't think anyone can really handle. I know that Cassandra is an extremely competent and effective fighter, but there has been so many times that she has just been thrown around. Oh, but no longer. In her current form, with the power of the moonstone under her control, I think she's going to be practically unstoppable. This is definitely what King Edmund and Hector had feared would occur if someone with a corrupted heart would reach the moonstone. And that's also extremely depressing that Edmund especially knew that power existed and still let them through because he trusted Eugene even though he and generations of his family had given up everything guarding it. But why would Cassandra do this? Why does she feel this is her destiny? For the longest time, I thought she was a woman of strength and honor, not a manipulative bringer of darkness. Well, the big mystery on Cassandra's switch, I think, is going to come from what she had previously seen behind a door in a place called the House of Yesterday's Tomorrow. Although the group originally thought that place was just a kooky building to hang out in during a storm, they eventually learned that area was actually a domain ran by one of the 3 followers of an ancient warlock known as Zhan Tiri. While the follower who ruled this house originally called himself Matthew, his true name was Tromus, and his goal was to keep the Sundrop locked away so they could utilize its power for Zhan Tiri. But at the same time as Tromus worked to submit Rapunzel to his grasp, Cassandra was lured into a doorway which we only saw her come out of after the rest of the House of Yesterday's Tomorrow was destroyed. When I wrestled with who would betray Rapunzel, which was foretold in the prophecy by Zhan Tiri's enemy and Corona's ally Demanitus, this place was the large variable hanging over what Cassandra's destiny was going to be. But now that we know that she truly is the one who turned against Rapunzel, I have a lot more thoughts about what Cassandra may have seen. I think Cassandra was lured to Zhan Tiri's side throughout her journey behind that door. I think he got into her head and corrupted her mind to turn her against the friends that she knew. We know she has always been searching for who she is and the greatest person she can become. So maybe Zhan Tiri convinced her that to become her most powerful self, she would need his guidance. I also think that much as Rapunzel and Eugene's lineages are currently tied in with the people they will become, I think it makes sense that Cassandra's decisions have been influenced by who she has come from. Maybe Zhan Tiri used her lineage to pull her to him. Maybe Cassandra has turned against Rapunzel in part because her mother truly was Gothel, which I think is extremely likely because I believe Gothel is or was a follower of Zhan Tiri herself. We learn from Demanitus that after drops from the moon and sun descended to Earth, he and Zhan Tiri searched for their powers, one to protect them and the other to abuse them. But on this journey, Demanitus' followers were corrupted to become pupils of the evil warlock. 2 of the followers we have seen act against Rapunzel. Sagracha the Eternal and Tromus have attacked Rapunzel, but the final one, who appears to have the silhouette of Mother Gothel, has not been seen before. Therefore, I think this silhouette is Mother Gothel. I think Cassandra is the real daughter of Gothel, which means she also appears to be the daughter of a follower of Zhan Tiri. And I think this truth was used to pull her towards Zhan Tiri's rule behind that door. This idea that Cassandra was shown her connection to Zhan Tiri and Mother Gothel becomes even more clear when she exits the door and we see a beautiful forest that resembles the area where Gothel hid in her tower. So why did Cassandra turn against Rapunzel and bind with the moonstone? I believe in the door from the hideout of Tromus, Cassandra was communicated to about her descending from a follower of Zhan Tiri. And I think the voices that whispered to her pulled at the strain that was being experienced in Cassandra and Rapunzel's relationship. They tore Cassandra away from Rapunzel and corrupted who she desired to be. And I think by doing that, Cassandra became a follower of Zhan Tiri herself. I believe, for these reasons, Cassandra took the moonstone and unleashed its power and betrayed Rapunzel. But now I'd love to hear your thoughts. What did you think of Cassandra's insane and epic betrayal at the very end of the season 2 finale? And what do you think was Cass's reason for changing sides? Let me know in the comments, along with any other ideas you have for future videos. To see me talk about Cassandra and the wonderful and complicated lore of Tangled more, you can find my previous videos on her in the description. And if you'd like to continue to see more magical discussions like this one, including my future analysis of Eugene's royal lineage, then don't forget to click that subscribe button and the beautiful bell if you're new. Thank you to my wonderful patrons over on Patreon who are amazing supporters of my videos, and as always, thanks for watching and have a magical day.